What's up, everybody? You got the Car Man today. We are looking at trying to unugly these wheels, right, Switch?
Oh my God, there's a lot of ugly to go around too.
He's on this vaping kick right here today, guys. He likes to vape. I don't understand that stuff.
It's because you didn't smoke.
Because I'm not a smoker.
Exactly.
All right, so the first thing we gotta do to get rid of this ugly is what? What are we doing here? We got some zero-aught,
Steel wool.
got some steel wool.
Acetone.
And some acetone, and we're gonna go around and we're gonna rough this thing up a little bit. Now you could use sandpaper, right?
No, I wouldn't.
I mean, you could. I mean, you could if you. It just take too long. It's just so quick with the, especially on these guys. And before we did this, we treated it with the all wheel cleaner from A to Z, just to help get all the crap off of wheels from the brake dust and stuff, because they're a little bit worse than the average, right?
A lot worse than the average.
Lot worse.
That's the only thing on here though that's worse than normal.
What's that?
The wheels.
Oh yeah.
Everything else is pretty cherry on this thing.
Yeah, this is a really nice vehicle for sure. So we're just going to take a few minutes and get this done right here. As you see, he's going to hit all the little areas. We just want to make sure anywhere that there's surface that we can turn around and we can make this stuff stick. Because we don't want to paint it and A, bubble, or B, just flake right off, right?
Exactly.
And you see we're doing nothing but normal acetone there. Alright, so we're going to finish this up real quick, and then we're going to take you to the next wheel, which we already have taped off. Alright, cool. Hang on, guys. Alright, so now that we've got it cleaned and we've got the acetone wiped, and you can see it's definitely in need of repair. So Switch is going to take and pop the caps off. That way we get a nice even cover. See that underneath the back there. And there's a little trick that we use to tape wheels. We just do short pieces. He's going to show you real quick.
And I usually just overlap them to make any to hide any.
Yeah, he's just going to overlap a little bit, and we're going to make sure, because the last thing you really want is a bunch of silver overspray on your rubber. I'm just going to leave that conversation alone.
I was going to say. Yeah.
Let's just pass on what I just said there.
Yeah, no rubber.
Let's just no talking about rubbers right now.
No, pull-out game's too strong for that.
Exactly.
I don't have kids. I'm clearly right.
Clearly right. We can tell Switch is in the house today. Okay.
Yeah.
And our dogs are fighting again. That's okay. One of them's winning. All right, so this is what we're going to basically do. And then we're going to wrap it all the way around. We're going to take you over to the next point. All right, guys, we're jumping over to one of the wheels. Excuse me, I gotta clear my call for a second. So here's a wheel that we have prepped, and we're ready to go. Am I right, Switch?
Yep. But it's like 50 degrees out here, maybe 40 something.
Yeah, it's in the 50s, maybe the high 40s. So you notice he's got a heat gun.
So we want to prep this by warming up the metal here, and that will help the paint to adhere to it a little better.
Exactly. So he's going to go ahead and warm this up. And as soon as that paint hits it, we want it to stick. We don't want it to run from the cold. So this is one way to cheat the Mother Nature.
Yeah.
And it looks a little naked with the caps off, but
got to heat that up too.
Yeah, we'll take care of the caps too while we're on this round. Now you may ask me, Carman, why aren't we using primer? Well, the wheel has already got paint on it, as you see. Although it being not very good. So could you primer it? Yeah, it's kind of personal preference if you want to. But we've already scratched the paint that's on it, even though it's not in really good shape. So it should receive the same color, which it is. We're using an aluminum type. Trying to get you zeroed in here. But we've already got this all nice and smooth from the Brillo. I say Brillo bad, but from the steel wool. Now you see he just used a shot right there to get if there's any stuff in it, he wants to make sure what his pattern's going to be. Now, we don't want to be close, do we?
No, not at all. A, the temperature. B, this isn't the best paint on the market.
Yeah, so we're using Rust-Oleum. We wanted to see if we could do this project for under $10, right?
Exactly. And you can, but you've got to be mindful of what you're using.
Yeah, and you got to know how to use it correctly. So Rust-Oleum will definitely paint, but you really got to know what you're doing in order to do it. As you see, he's just dusting it. Trying to stay with you guys on the video process here.
And everybody's going to want to go right back into it and see some spots that you missed, but not yet.
Yeah, like he said, all you want to do is a dust. You're going to see plenty of spots that are missed, but don't be anxious, because that's a fast way to screw up a paint job.
Exactly. Impatience will screw all of the paint job up.
Now what this is going to do, it's going to go ahead and let that paint start setting really pretty quick.
So you can put your second coat on a lot faster.
What are you thinking? I'm thinking maybe 3 coats should probably cover it.
3, yeah.
Looks like she's covering okay anyway.
I'll get most of the coverage with the second coat, and then it'll be leveling everything off and uniformity with the third.
Now, if this wasn't wheels, if we were dealing with a fender or something, we'd be a lot more involved. We'd be priming and blocking, sanding, and all that. But you see all the curves and all this stuff going on here. These steel wheels that are punched out like this, they're just kind of, I mean, they just are what they are. But this will definitely freshen up the wheels. Nice little crisscross pattern. And I don't know if you, excuse me, if you noticed, but all the tape that we have on here is layered. It's overlapping, so when you go to take one piece of it off, it'll all come off as one piece.
That's just trying to be lazy.
That's
why I like doing it.
Yeah. Lazy is good for the soul.
Yeah, got pretty much all my coverage with the second coat, and then I'll touch it back, with the third. But the cold is really trying to screw with this.
Yeah, the cold is not your friend when you're videoing and or painting.
Yeah.
But it is coming out rather good.
Yeah, I mean, it'll work.
All right, well, let me put you on pause, and then we're going to switch over to the next thing and then show you what we're doing with the caps. All right, guys. So here's our nice little pretty center caps. He's going to heat those bad boys up. You always want to take these off, too. That way you can get a nice even spray on them, right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if I can actually just back up and see how far away he is actually on that.
How light that coat is.
Yeah, this is a very, very light coat he just put on it. Almost can't even tell.
That's what the rest of the paint's going to stick to.
Yeah, that's the first bed, and that's why you don't ever get in a hurry. See, guys, if you think, oh, I missed a spot, or, you get too anxious, then what happens is you end up running paint runs.
Oh, yeah. Hate when I have them, too.
Mm-hmm. There you go. He's making progress.
Didn't take much.
Doesn't take much at all.
No.
And see how nice and even that coat comes out when you're I'm trying to adjust this camera where you can actually see it pretty good. I think it looks good. I mean, Rust-Oleum is Rust-Oleum. It's $4 a can. So don't set your sights too high in the sky. You can do a little better job, personally, I think, with Duplicolor, but I can't do this job for less than $10 for Duplicolor.
Nope.
So
it is one of those you get what you pay for.
Yeah. Will it work? Yeah. Will it last? Yeah, it'll do a pretty good job for you.
You got to be a little more careful with it. It's a little more
unforgiving.
Technique sensitive.
Yeah, it's definitely technique sensitive, and it'll get away from you if you don't watch it.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Kind of feeling it. What do you think?
Yeah.
They're
coming out nice. I mean, it's cleaning them up. Is it something you would do to a car that you want to put in a show? Of course not.
Oh no, this is not show car quality stuff at all. But
But
as
to
far
make
as
the car
flipping a
look
car,
newer and make it look nicer, then yeah, you absolutely can.
especially when you're on the cheap, man. On the cheap is the way to go. All right, hang on 1 second. All right, now we're just going to go ahead and pull all the tape off.
Most of it, if you layer it right, will come off in one big long piece for the most part. As soon as I say that, of course, that's when it stops doing it.
Now, y'all probably going to wonder, hey, Carman, what you do about that overspray? That's really easy to take care of.
Oh yeah, this little bit of overspray is nothing.
Remember the steel wheel, the steel wool we were using earlier? That's exactly what you always use on that. That's why I don't waste a lot of time.
Getting too fancy with the mask.
Yeah, the mask doesn't need to be too drawn out because you can just wipe it off with the other. Cool. So, all right, let me get a steel wool in here. I'm gonna show you. Let's remove
Let's get the center cap on there so we can at least see it.
All right, let's take a look at the center cap.
There you go. Wheels freshened back up.
All right, hold on. We're gonna take that overspray off. All right, so we got a piece of steel wool. I'm gonna up close you on this so they can actually see. Let's see that little trim spot up kind of bottom there. Let me get in where your hand's at. Okay, I just want them to see how easy this is. Looks like the camera's playing with my eyes a little bit, but nothing to it, right?
No, I just did some.
And if you had to use a little bit of acetone, because see, it kind of got into the groove. I didn't realize that when we were doing it. So, but it's coming right out.
Yeah, it'll come right off. Nothing serious. I'm just doing this really quick.
Let me just see if, let's see what that wheel looks like, my man.
Yeah.
So there you go, guys. That's what
Quickly freshened up wheel looks like.
less than $10. Those cans are $4 a piece. So far, we've done 2 wheels. How much paint you got left?
I have probably, this is the first can, I've got half a can left.
1 can may do it. You may be able to do this under $5. We'll wait and see what we name the video.
You might could get away with it.
Yeah. So, all right. I'm kind of digging it, guys. Meanwhile, nothing but love from the Car Man. Follow us on Facebook. If you need to get in touch with me, hit me up there real quick. We got lots of new stuff coming out. Totally digging it, guys. And stay tuned to see what this car turns out. Nothing but love from the RVA. See ya.